All the tech news we're talking about today has already happened, but don't worry, our engineers are working on it, and one day we too will achieve negative latency.
That's fine.
That's right, chillins. Stadia launched yesterday for those who pre-ordered the Founders Edition, like us. Or it was supposed to launch anyway. A lot of founders did not receive the access code they needed to play on November 19th. Google later clarified that some may not get their codes until the end of the day today. For those who have gotten access, however, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. We have had a decent experience with latency here in the office, but if we're being honest, we have literal god-tier internet, so ha! Others, though, have complained about significant graphics quality differences versus the Xbox One and PS4 Pro experience. Apparently, Google's 4K resolution is simply 1080p upscaled to 4K. And when you compress that to stream at 60 FPS, it turns out it pretty much looks like 1080p again. The claw phone mount for the Stadia controller apparently scratches the controller. I guess they never tested these things. The launch issues have prompted speculation over how Google will move forward with Stadia. Jason Schreier's sources say that the pre-orders for the service were below Google's expectations, which is scary considering Google's track record of killing underperforming services. Well, Gamers Nexus tried to beat them to the punch by destroying their Stadia controller, and they found even that difficult. Time to boot up the old Ouya. Ouya.
You don't remember?
What the heck is that?
Oh, it was the best.
But hey, there's still some good news in the gaming world if you have a VR headset, that is. Valve confirmed the flagship full-length VR game that they've been working on is in fact a Half-Life game called HalfLife 3. Psych. It's HalfLife Alyx. Whatever. We're getting the trailer on Thursday, which is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Fans are super excited as a whole, but there's also a contingent that is extremely disappointed that the next major Half-Life installment will require that players have a VR headset. The game is also reportedly a prequel, taking place between Half-Life 1 and 2, so it's not technically Half-Life 3 confirmed either.
Chapter 3.
But you gotta admit, it's nice to see Valve making a full-length game once again, and not like yet another game mode or pack of skins for Dota 2. I can only imagine how Tyler from Valve News Network feels right now. That guy must be stoked.
Vindicated! I was right!
These guys know how to sell VR headsets, hey? And welcome to the future, humans. A Terminator had an accent, so does this futuristic robot. Doctors at the University of Maryland School of Medicine have placed a human into suspended animation for the first time. It's happening. The technique is officially called Emergency Preservation and Resuscitation, or EPR, and it involves replacing a person's blood with ice-cold saline solution, which isn't that just cryonics, which rapidly cools their body as low as 10 degrees Celsius, which is still pretty balmy and springy if you ask me. Normally, cells die within 5 minutes without oxygen, but EPR slows cellular processes down to a crawl, which gives doctors up to 2 hours to operate on a person with a fatal injury. The technique is being tested on patients who arrive at the hospital with intense injuries like a stab wound or a gunshot or something, whose survival rates would normally be less than 5%. Full results of the trial will be available sometime in 2020, but even then, the doctors don't expect this tech to show up in spaceships anytime soon. One team member said, "We're not trying to send people off to Saturn," but he didn't say anything about the moons of Jupiter.
Could be
Ganymede, Titan.
That's the best one.
Wait, Titan's Saturn.
I don't know.
Io is Saturn. Now it's time for the Quick Bits, brought to you by FreshBooks, the cloud accounting solution. FreshBooks mobile app allows you to work anywhere, so you can create professional-looking invoices on the go, snap pictures of your receipts, and stay on top of important conversations. Plus, you'll never miss an update with the ability to see when a client has viewed their invoice or when an invoice has become overdue and it's time to break some knees. Don't do that. But do start your 30-day trial right about now at freshbooks.com/techlinked. You can check that out at the link below. The tech link below. Quick Bits are hardly lower. Here's your friendly reminder to do a sanity check before you click attention-grabbing emails. A number of users have recently fallen victim to ransomware disguised as a Windows update sent via email. Microsoft does not update Windows via email links. They update it with annoying full-screen prompts that stop you from doing whatever you're in the middle of doing. There's a difference. A prolific vulnerability in Android camera apps was discovered earlier this week that had allowed attackers to record video, audio, and images from affected users' phones. The malware apparently easily bypassed Android's permission restrictions and was able to track GPS location. And I have one of those. That's bad. Google and Samsung have fixed the vulnerability, but other Android phones may still be susceptible to attacks. Any kind of attacks, really.
Still vulnerable to punching.
Roundhouse kicks, Hayoukens,
Anything. Swords?
other people running with scissors, and you just happen to get into the hallway at the wrong time.
Those are classic.
Get an iPhone, guys. If you've got an Oculus Quest, can I blame you? Time to plug it into your PC, because now it's not only a mobile VR headset, it's also a PC-powered one. The beta for Oculus Link is out, although there are some specific hardware requirements, including a high-quality USB cable and the ability to not care about the fact that you look like an absolute dweeb,
So dark.
and you're using your inside-out tracking wireless headset now with a cable, but whatever.
Fun though.
We do it for the frames. Huawei is apparently trying to ease concerns about the company's security by announcing a bug bounty program, which will pay even more than similar programs from Google and Samsung. That China money. Although I'm not sure the concern with Huawei is external hacking, but rather internal sharing. The big Pooh Bear. They're trying their best. And cryptocurrency Monero told its users that they should tread lightly after hackers compromised the official Monero website, leading some crypto heads to download infected code that stole their coins. It's not clear whether the vulnerabilities that led to the hack have been fixed, so in the meantime, just trade using wheat or fur like a normal person, would ya? Well, our tech news prediction algorithms have run dry for today, so come back on Friday when we're done buffering, and it'll be smooth and latency free, just like on a console or PC. I didn't even read what you wrote. I just thought you were trying to connect it back to the...
Well, now I can't say my follow-up.
All right, just...
No, that's fine. No, that's good.
Just,
You do you, you know what?
just save this for later.
You live your life.
Put it in the next episode. No one's gonna know.